Greetings and welcome to Jefficho Films. In 1995, a ninja movie was made with Christopher Lambert, and we're going to talk about it. So let's review The Hunted. Lambert plays Paul Racine, a business executive working with a computer chip company, and they're just finishing up their job in Japan, where he goes to the bar and he meets this beautiful girl in a red dress named Kirina. He charms her and then they go for a walk. They go to a Tico concert at the hotel with lots of drums, and then they go back to her place where she draws a bath and they make sweet, sweet love and lots of sexy faces. During all this, there's a group of ninjas that have also rented a room and are getting changed into their ninja outfits. Lambert, who's really enjoying his trip thus far, says he'd like to extend his stay in Japan, but she says she can't hang out with him, but that he'll never know how much this meant to her. You can really tell that something terrible is going to happen to her. Also, the ninjas outside her window also tell you that. So he leaves.
I don't even know your name.
Kirina.
Kirina.
Out of the three ninjas, there's one ninja more important than any of them, the leader, played by John Lawton, who I've seen in a lot of other films. He's Kinjo in this, and his skill is unmatched, but he still had to bring backup to kill an unarmed girl. She's a pretty strong old woman and asks to see his face before she cuts her head off. He's never exposed his face before, but because she's gonna die, he figures he's safe to do it now. Lambert, who actually switched keys with her by accident, comes back into the hotel room and gets a ninja star to the chest. He also gets stabbed too, and her head gets chopped off.
I wish to die slowly and with much pain, so I remember what it was to be alive.
Next, we're watching a class of the samurai's training, and the sensei is showing a picture of the ninja star. So the three of them go visit Lambert in the hospital and tell him he's in danger. The Mieko cult will kill him. Mieko gives Lambert her number and says if he needs help to call her. Kinjo goes back to his ninja school, and we see that his right-hand man is actually the Shredder's right-hand man, which is pretty awesome. He challenges his two students that failed to kill Lambert into a fight. One of his buddies was actually going to succeed him one day. He really sucks, so I wouldn't have chosen him.
If Sujin kills me in combat, he shall be my rightful heir and your lord.
You can really tell he's puzzled by why he had to kill Kirina as he's getting bathed by his advisor and bath girl and has a threesome. Lambert's a little freaked out and planning to leave, but the detective tells him there's no such things as ninjas, right as the ninjas start to attack the hospital. He also says that a gun is better than any ninja weapon.
In any case, no swordsman can get past a trained police officer carrying a modern gun.
So Lambert breaks the window and hides, and the ninjas think he's gone out the window, and then he shoots the ninjas. He's outsmarting them. It's pretty good. He manages to make it to a casino where he finds a little girl to show him where the phone is, and then he calls the number, and then he hides. But he also knows one of the ninjas is following him, so he causes a crowd and then loses him. He thanks the little girl and sends her away in a cab. Takeda's impressed because he's the only man to ever escape the ninjas. He asks him if he had any hallucinations or visions because of the ninja star being coated in poison. They get on a train that has a nice snack bar, and Lambert demonstrates his amazing acting skills as he never forgets his injuries. Also, a bunch of golfers show up. It's actually the ninjas disguised as golfers, and they kill the conductor and almost everyone in the train. Takeda's trying to save everybody and tells him to get to the back of the train as he starts killing ninjas off one by one and then walking away slowly as a badass as they slowly approach him. I don't understand why they don't use a gun, because ninjas have very little honor. Takeda continues to fight ninjas. He even kills the ninja chick, and who cuts out a brain? It's kind of weird. He's also pulling the masks off and showing Lambert. He's just like, is this Kinjo? No, it's not. It's a nice little trick he does with the doors too to lock them. I assume the train is automatic because the conductors are dead. After the big battle, they hang around to talk to the police. They killed 12 ninjas, but they're free to go. They want him to leave the sword there, so he all dramatically just shoves it into the ground and breaks it off. Even Lambert, when they get on a boat and leave for the island, asks, "How did you talk your way out of the police?" We learn that Takeda's family was killed by Kinjo, and Kinjo's a little upset. He's like, "I sent my best men to kill a ghost that only I can kill." Also, Lambert meets a drunk that kind of works around the island that they were at, and he gets him to train him. Learns to fight underhanded. Back in the city, Kinjo takes out some of the Yakuza, and he asks the head guy why he had to kill Kirina. It was because she left him. I mean, that's not how you deal with breakups. So, Kinjo killed him. Lambert continues his training with the drunken guy, who actually makes him a katana. And when Christopher Lambert is holding the katana, all is right in the world.
I've seen one before.
Joshio.
He talks to Takeda, who actually sent word out to Kinjo that he has him there. He's using him as bait. And he tries to fight him with the sword, but he's just not there yet. Takeda's way above him in skill. And he even talks to Mieko that he's a prisoner now and he shouldn't be. She agrees, but she's not going to dishonor Takeda.
I came to say goodbye.
Help me escape. Kinjo only wants me. Everyone is in danger as long as I'm here, and you know it.
Kinjo accepts the offer and shows up by boat. Mieko wakes up drunken guy and warns him that he's here, because we know he's not coming alone. He's not that stupid. In fact, Takeda's the only one that thinks he would actually honor that. All his students get wiped out, just like Lambert said they would. Drunken guy frees Lambert and takes him to a boat, but Lambert puts him in the boat and sends him away because he's not going to run from his problems and leave Mieko and everybody else to die. He stands up for himself. Takeda's stubbornness is really becoming a problem, and the ninjas restrain him. If they were smart, they would just kill him. Mieko frees him, but she gets shot by an arrow too. He pulls it out and says some sweet words to her before he goes off to fight. There's a lot of sweet paintings, set, and an awesome rain machine, and I have to ask, where's the rest of Kinjo's men? I mean, why even fight him fair? Kinjo just seems like a far better fighter, and he stabs Takeda, but he also gets stabbed in the leg. Takeda pulls the sword out of his stomach and dies. Kinjo stabs him one more time, just to be sure before he pulls the sword out of his leg. Mieko tries to shoot him, but he catches it. Then he goes to kill her. I think it's time for the Highlander to show up.
Looking for me?
Lambert fares pretty well before he drops a structure on Kinjo. Then he goes to check on Mieko, and you should never do that. You should always check to see if the guy is dead. And he has a hand-to-hand fight with Kinjo, and he doesn't fare too well. He also takes a ninja star to the chest, but Mieko tosses him the katana, and then he takes Kinjo's head.
There can be only one.
Everything in this movie has got to be 100% accurate. Lambert actually carries Mieko, and then drunken guy shows up ready for a fight, but it's over. This movie was shot in Vancouver, and anytime Christopher Lambert picks up a sword, it's a movie worth watching. I mean, there's a couple of bad ones out there, but we don't talk about that. Obviously, this isn't one of Lambert's finest works, but it's still a decent movie and a decent watch, and his character's completely believable in it as a businessman. You know, when a Frenchman plays an American actor with Christopher Lambert's accent, you see that he has range. Other than that, we got to learn a lot of ninja culture and some samurai culture, and they have a blood feud, which was a nice thing to touch on. And all the acting was pretty decent. I mean, it's in their own cultural language, a lot of it, and then when they spoke English, I understood it. So there's really not much complaints I have about this movie. So, as always, thanks for watching.